You're watching BBC News. Let's turn to the Middle East because Israel's army says it's launched a new ground offensive east of Gaza City, adding more of what it calls security zones to put pressure on Hamas to accept its terms for a ceasefire. Israel has rejected the truce it agreed back in January. The Hamas-run health ministry says 86 people have died in the last 24 hours. Meanwhile, the UN says 2/3 of Gaza is now under Israeli displacement orders or in no-go zones. And it's been more than a month since aid supplies have been allowed into the territory. Let's speak to Clémence Lagouda, Oxfam's humanitarian coordinator there in Gaza, and we're very grateful for your time. I wonder if you could start by just telling viewers what you're currently dealing with there on the ground.
Yeah, thank you for having me. Right now we are dealing on a worsening situation. It's deteriorating day by day, and it's becoming increasingly difficult to address the multiple needs of the population in Gaza because of the blockade. As you mentioned, it's been more than a month that nothing has entered the Gaza Strip. Because of the sheer amount of forced displacement order. We are currently speaking about more than 280,000 people that had to leave their house under fire with very little.
When was the last time Oxfam was actually able to get any sort of delivery in?
It was before the beginning of March. We had some water equipment that was supposed to enter on the day where Israel imposed the full blockade. So since then, we have been working with remaining stocks. We have been focusing on delivering services, but there is a need of more, and we're not going to be able to continue that for much more longer if the situation doesn't improve.
What is most urgently needed? Is it food? Is it water? Is it electricity? Is it fuel? Is it medical supplies? Is it all of those things?
I think at this moment it's all of these things and more. Again, we have more than 2 million women, children, and men that have been living on stocks for the past months, and these stocks are being depleted. Whether they are food, whether they are fuel that are actually the lifeline, because the fuel right now is the one that allow hospital to function and water pumping station to function. If this fuel runs out, everything will shut down.
I mentioned before I came to you the various Israeli strikes and the no-go zones and the areas now where people are being told to stay away from, and the amount of displacement. How difficult is it for you as an organisation to actually work on the ground? And at what stage will you consider, or are you considering, staying in Gaza?
So I think what we need to highlight here is that the biggest part of the team of Oxfam is Gaza is made of people from Gaza. We are able to do the work that we are able to do because of their presence on the ground. Right now, they are living and working under extremely harsh circumstances. It's a struggle to go to the office. They are afraid of, if they come to the office, what will happen to their family. We are not given the guarantee right now to be able to operate safely. The number of incidents against humanitarian workers has multiplied since the beginning, or since the 18th of March, and this is extremely worrying.
Just a final question, and any of the agencies always want to steer clear of the politics. So I'm not trying to draw you into that, but in terms of what is your view on what the international community is doing, given we've seen no aid getting in now for a month or so, what should the international community be doing in your view, do you think?
They need to speak up. They need to remind and uphold international humanitarian law. They need to demand accountability. They need to speak out, because the people in Gaza are being left alone, and we are on the verge of a humanitarian disaster that is purely man-made, and that could be avoided.
Clémence, we will leave it there, but thank you for taking time, breaking away from that work to talk to us here on BBC News.